What's going on, guys? It's Professor Gnome, and we're here with the very first episode within Twilight Masquerade. I'm really excited about this. We're going to be showing off Dragapult EX. It's probably the most anticipated card, most anticipated deck, maybe the best new deck in the entire game, and it's the deck that also won the poll I put up. So we're going to be taking a look at it today, and we're looking at the Phantom Dive attack for 200 damage, and when we attack for a fire and a psychic energy, then we put 60 damage counters on our opponent's bench in any way we like. This is huge because it's just like pretty much a way better Sableye style attack, like a better Lost Mine. We also get to use Dracoloak and its Recon Detective ability, where we look at the top two cards of our deck, we pick one to add to our hand, and we put the other one at the bottom of our deck. So we're able to cycle through our deck super quickly. As for our engine, there's a couple different engines that can be run with Dragapult. Right now, I think Xatu is kind of the most consistent and best one. What it allows us to do is just attach a Psychic Energy from our hand to one of our bench Pokemon. If you do, we draw two cards. Just helps speed us up a little bit better. And obviously we need that Psychic in order to attack with. I think that the Lost Zone variant of this deck will end up being stronger, but I just don't think it's as optimized at the moment, so we're going to be going Natu for now. It's a much easier way to play the deck. We also have Rotom to help speed up our early games, and then we also play a Tatsugiri, since this card is super strong, allows us to get to supporter cards by looking at the top 6 cards of our deck. If there is a supporter in there, we get to add it to our hand. It's pretty much Celebration's Mew, but with supporter cards rather than just pure items. As for other cards, we are running one Lance. I think that it's pretty good in the deck, but not super amazing, so I may cut it later, but for now I run the one, and also we have this cool art for it, so I wanted to be able to show that off. And then also, in terms of other item cards, we run one Rescue Board, one De-Evolution, and one Evolution. Evolution's super strong in this deck. We also are running Temple of Sinnoh, since right now energies, like special energies, are kind of on the rise, and also Lugia is still very common, so it helps out in all those kind of aspects. And then for our A-Spec of choice, we're running Unfair Stamp. If we can Unfair Stamp our opponent, which is pretty easy to get into because of how many Arven we run and how often we can search through our deck, if our Dragapult gets knocked out and we Unfair Stamp them, set up a new one, it's, for a lot of decks, very difficult to come back from, since we're always hitting for like such big numbers and spreading so much damage around and things like that. So that's going to be the list, guys. Definitely let me know what you think. There's a ton of ways to build Dragapult and so many of these new cards, so I'm definitely very interested to hear what you guys think of the list and how you guys are playing it. So be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. Be sure to like and subscribe, because we're going to be doing new content on Twilight Masquerade, covering tons of different decks, almost, you know, every day to every other day, as fast as I can get these videos out. So I'm very excited to bring that to you guys, so definitely let me know what you want to see on the channel, what decks you want covered, and all that. Be sure to like and subscribe, like I said. Also, feel free to join the community Discord. It's growing all the time, and it's been a great experience to have. Pretty much everybody just discussing the game, discussing deck lists, all that kind of stuff. So be sure to hop in there. Also, for our final announcement, the tournament is live, so you can go and sign up in the description down below. The code for the entry code is just GNOME, so GNOME. The link to join the tournament will be in the description down below. You can also find it in the community Discord. So be sure to join. It'll be on June 1st at 6:30 p.m. EST. So definitely let me know, or definitely join that if you're able to. It'd be great to have you. And I will see you guys all in game 1. Peace out. Alright, we're into game number 1, and we'll see what our opponent's playing. We are going to mulligan this hand away, so, you know, not much we can do about that. But we'll get to see what they're playing, which is pretty exciting. Let's see. We're expecting to run into the mirror a lot. We're pretty set up, though. We got an energy Arven, that's pretty much all we need. We also get the Tatsugiri, which is nice. And we have the Earthen Vessel for later. So hopefully all of that is good. I'm assuming we're running into the mirror a lot today. Ooh, we are running into Blissey. That's what we don't want to see. Specifically because of the fact that Blissey is a problem. Blissey is designed solely to counter us, pretty much. So we do get a boss. That's nice. We're going to need that for sure because we have to get rid of the Monkey Dories. As long as they have Monkey Dories available, we're going to be in a pretty rough position. So we definitely need to get those cleared out. There's an Artisan. The Artisan's okay for us. We have Arven, Buddy Poffin, all that kind of stuff, at least, so we can start to get that set up. Get our turns going a little bit, so that's at least good. They can Nest Ball out another Chansey, yep. Blissey is a very difficult deck for us to deal with. There's a Turbo Energy. Since Blissey pretty much exists as a counter to us. And I'm sure there's ways to win this matchup and play it better. But I don't know it because the game, like, these cards are maybe an hour and a half old. At the time of recording this, anyway. So I have no clue what the best way to go about this is. But if I had to guess, this is going to be my plan. So I'm going to Arven here. I already have everything I need. Unfortunately, my Enhanced Hammer is prized, so I can't utilize that. So we're just going to grab ourselves the Rare Candy for later. We'll go Buddy Poffin here for, not that, for Dreepy and Natu. Then what we can do is, we'll see what we find. We didn't find anything, so that's, you know, fine by us. We can go Evolution here. We'll go an extra Dreepy. We can go Psychic Energy onto the Tatsugiri. We'll go Evolution here. Then we can go 1 and 1. We can have Dragapult. We can have Natu. And so then what we'll be able to do on our following turn, pretty much no matter what happens here, we'll be able to get, or not no matter what happens, but it's highly likely, unless they Iono us, that we'll be able to get into one of the Monkey Dories because we can boss it up, take the first prize card, and then start putting damage onto the next one, and just kind of do our best to get rid of these, since that's going to be our biggest problem. If we can't clear out the Monkey Dories, then we're going to be stuck. That's fine by us. It's not super optimal, but it's not the worst thing to happen. So we get the Ultra Ball. First things first, we'll evolve here. Then what we're going to do is, since we already know we have the Rare Candy, we can Clairvoyant Sense real quick. Grab ourselves. We'll go into the energy onto the Dreepy. Then what we'll do... Let's see. We get the Arven, which will work out for now. If we have to use Arven to get ourselves a switch, then that's what we'll do. But we're hoping we can find the switch without it. We are able to, or rather we get the Rescue Board, which is pretty much the exact same thing. So we can Rescue Board here, place the energy down. We can Rare Candy onto the Dreepy. We can retreat. Go into the active. We'll boss his orders up one of the Monkey Dory. And then we can Phantom Dive from here. just start placing enough damage down. There we go. So we can take one prize here. It's the Lost Vacuum, so not... well, if we got the Enhanced Hammer, that would be great, but we can still Lost Vacuum away Artisan. That's annoying, but not the biggest deal, because we can Arven for a Switch if we want to. And we probably will. Let's draw just to see. We get another boss's order, so that actually works out for us. Now I'm inclined to not do that. We'll take the other Dragapult. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Earthen Vessel here. Get the Buddy Poffin. Grab myself one of each. I can go ahead and Clairvoyant Sense. Power up the Dracoloak. And then what I can do from here is I can manually attach. I can retreat out. Go into my new Dragapult. Then what I can do is Super Rod. The energy's back into my deck. I can boss his orders up the Monkey Dory and get rid of both of those, and that should effectively end the game. And then what I'll do just as a backup is I can get rid of the Ultra Ball. I don't really need it now. And I'll use that to get rid of the Artisan just to limit their plays a little bit more. We'll Phantom Dive here. And so even though Blissey completely counters us, we were able to get what we needed in this, in the sense that they kind of weren't able to start any plays for themselves, fortunately. We'll get rid of... We'll start to work on the one with the... What's that thing called? EXP share. We'll get rid of the two with the EXP share. Thankfully, our opponents kind of bricked this game. Not that they completely bricked or anything like that. Well, I mean, I guess they kind of did. Yeah, that's going to be the game. Typically, the reason why that's so much harder is because if they can get into Blissey, they're constantly drawing themselves new cards. So, not the best example ever of how strong Blissey is, but unfortunately, that's kind of the main issue with Blissey is that you need like a turn to set, like 2 turns to set up. It's possible to brick like that, and if you do, there's not much that can happen. But that's unlikely because of the fact that as long as you get they had everything but Blissey. If they drew into that, or an Ultra Ball, or anything, they would have been in a great position. So it's just kind of unlucky on their part, but hey, we take what we can get. Day 1, we're working through it. So that's going to be game 1, guys. I'll see you all in the next game. See you there. Peace. Alright, we're into game number 3, technically game number 2. Our opponent is going first, which works pretty well for us. We can go Natu in the back, go Dreepy, or Natu in the active, Dreepy in the back. We do have Arven and a Buddy Poffin already set, so that's pretty good for us. We can go double Buddy Poffin here. We have an energy to place onto the Natu, and we have Evolution ready. We could have placed Dreepy into the active, but I kind of prefer it in the back, even though that means I have to give up one energy. But I think it's fine. I kind of prefer it this way. +2, in case something goes wrong, we're just like safer this way. So let's see it. We're up against Chansey again. Alright. We can redeem ourselves in turn. Okay, so they already have the double energy. Okay, so we gotta redeem ourselves here. We go Dreepy energy. Or not energy, Natu rather. Then here's what we're going to do. We're going to go Arven for Evolution. And then, is our Enhanced Hammer prized a second time when we run into this? Are you serious? Well, alright then. I think we go Buddy Poffin a second time. Get ourselves our pieces. Then we can go Evolution. And then I'm gonna go Fire Energy here. The reason for the Fire Energy placement is so that way I can utilize the Natu, or the Xatu rather, on my next turn and accelerate the energy. Draw some cards, and all I'll need to do, I don't know why that sentence was so hard to say, is get into the... Then all I need to do is just get into the other fire energies. And I'll be able to draw myself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards on the next turn. It's likely that our Natu gets knocked out here, but that's fine. That's why we also brought the Tatsugiri in. So there's the Arven. They can get themselves... What would they want? Like a Nest Ball here? Or they're running Snorunt, so they might want a Buddy Poffin. Yeah, they went Nest Ball. So now they can go Monkey Dory. So again, like that's going to be our target. Like, we got to get rid of this. If they don't evolve Snorunt, then we'll just target that down for now, but the main goal here is to get rid of the Monkey Dories at all times. There's an Ultra Ball. They can get rid of they can get themselves like a Mew, but I assume they're just gonna get themselves... Oh, they went another Chansey. Yeah, the main thing here is that they're not going return on this, which is pretty good for us, since it will accelerate energy, but it's not that big of a problem. At least not right this second, but it will be kind of later. So there's a Psychic Energy for us. We can Clairvoyant Sense. We'll place it onto the Dracoloak. We can place our other one down. We do have Ultra Ball here, and that's actually pretty good for us. So we can Dracoloak here real quick. We were able to get ourselves Earthen Vessel, which is also pretty good for us. We can go Dracoloak one more time. Yeah, we'll take the Arven. And then what we can actually do here... How do we want to play this? Well, Arven first. Well, Arven first, and we'll grab ourselves the Rescue Board as our item of choice. And we'll grab ourselves the Switch for now. Actually, we can grab ourselves Rare Candy here. Actually, alright, hold on. We'll grab the Counter Catcher. Let's play this as smart as possible. Let's take our time. So we'll go Rescue Board onto the active. Then what we can do, we'll get rid of the Counter Catcher and the Radiant Alakazam for now. Grab ourselves the Xatu. evolve the Xatu. We can Clairvoyant Sense again onto the other Dracoloak. Get ourselves 2 cards. We can discard the Rare Candy for now. Get ourselves another Psychic and another Fire. We can go Fire Energy. We can evolve in Fire Energy. Then we'll retreat out. Go Dragapult here. Then what we can do is Phantom Dive. And then we're going to put all the energy on, or not all the energy, all the damage. We're going to put that down onto Snorunt. Since for now, at the very least, we'll be able to KO that. Take a prize card. Remove it from play so we don't have to deal with like a Frostlass later or something like that. We do get another Arven, which is pretty good for us. And now they'll only have 2 cards to work with unless they can get into an energy and attack into us. They do draw themselves into a Pokegear. That's pretty big. Actually, Charon's Care isn't that big. I guess it is. Never mind. Because they'll be able to pick up the Blissey. They'll be able to pick up the Blissey, place the double colorless onto the Chansey, evolve, come back into the active, replace the Chansey, and then they're going to be able to attack with return and plus up 6 cards. Which is pretty annoying, if we're being honest. So they get to, this is why Blissey's so annoying, because they get to fill their whole hand back up. We do have a discardable card, that's good for us. We'll Clairvoyant Sense here, placing the Psychic Energy onto the Dreepy. We can evolve. We will use Dracoloak. We'll take the other Dracoloak for now, but it's not as relevant. We're really looking to be able to get into our boss. Take the Earthen Vessel for now. We'll get rid of the Buddy Poffin. Grab ourselves one more Psychic Energy. And then, I don't really want to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. We'll Clairvoyant Sense here. Throw the extra energy down. Yeah, not exactly what we were looking for. Alright, we're going to Arven again. We'll grab ourselves Unfair Stamp for next turn. What else do we have to work with? We do have Double Boss, so that'll be helpful. And we'll grab ourselves De-Evolution in case that can come up. So if they're not able to pick up their Blissey on the next turn, we'll be able to make that work at least. And then we're going to attach the Fire Energy here. And then we can Phantom Dive. And then all the damage that we're going to do, we'll place it onto the Monkey Dory. But it doesn't really matter, because they're going to clear the 30 damage off anyway. The only benefit that we're going to run into is, unless they Charon's Care, or Charon's Care rather, a second time, if they attack into us, they will knock out the Dragapult, which means we can Unfair Stamp and reset them if we're able to make it so they can't make a new Blissey to hit a return. Then we'll be in an alright position. So that's kind of what it's going to come down to for now. We also have the ability to go De-Evolution to guarantee a knockout, at least on Blissey for now. And like I said, we'll have double boss available as well. So there's Charon's Care again. That's one of the things that makes this matchup so difficult. Is Monkey Dory gets rid of all of the damage counters on the bench, and Blissey deals with everything in the active, like just by tanking. So, alright. That's annoying, but not that bad. Because of the fact that they played Snorunt, we might actually be able to get something going for ourselves here. So what we'll do is we'll Super Rod, specifically to get the energies back in the deck, and we will get ourselves a Dreepy. Then what we can do from here, we don't really need any of this. We'll actually leave everything open. We'll go ahead and Unfair Stamp a little early. So that way all of our draw cards are still available to us. Which they are. So we can go Dreepy here again. We can go Temple of Sinnoh, which will help us out a little bit against Blissey. It'll stop it. It'll lower its chances of attacking us. Which doesn't really matter directly, like, damage-wise. But where it matters is them being able to draw new cards. So we do at least get ourselves Dragapult, so that's pretty important. So we can place that down. But what we're really hoping for is the boss's orders here. We're pretty deep into our deck, but unfortunately we didn't find it. Next turn, we'll have much better odds. We can go Phantom Dive here, though. And we will place... We're going to place the damage onto the Snorunt just to try to take an extra prize card here. Because if we can hit the Enhanced Hammer... We didn't. I was going to say, if we can hit the Enhanced Hammer, that would be really, really big for us. But right now, not too much of the game state is going to change. But if they can get... If they have Charon's Care, then we're in a much harder position. Alright, they don't have it, so we're okay for now. They're going to be able to take a prize with the Monkey Dories. But that's fine, because we're going to be able to get rid of Blissey here. I can't remember if we have an Iono in our deck still. We should. And so if we can hit Iono, we're actually going to be in a pretty good spot. If we were able to get into Enhanced Hammer, that would have been pretty huge. But now we're kind of just looking for Iono. As long as we can get into that, we're fine. So we can go Dreepy here. Then what we can do... We'll hold that spot for now. Alright, we have the Seal Stone. That will guarantee ourselves the Iono. So we can place both that down. We will look through our cards just to see if we can find something a little bit better. We do. We get the Iono just straight out, which is really nice for us. So we can go ahead, place that, put them to 3 cards. We have an Iono and boss for next turn, which is pretty good for us. So we can go Phantom Dive here. And then the 60 damage that we want to deal doesn't really matter too much. But we'll put it onto this Monkey Dory. Realistically, they shouldn't be able to get an attack off. So we should be safe from that front, even if they're able to evolve into Blissey. Unless they already have double colorless in hand. So they'd have to have double colorless and Blissey in hand already. And if that's the case, then we're in danger. But if it's not, then we should be okay. Because as long as they can't attack here, we're probably fine. Because we have the boss, and yeah, so because we have the boss already in play, what we'll be able to do is boss up the Monkey Dory in the back, pull it up, attack into it, and then use our leftover damage to knock out the one we already put damage counters on. Actually, no, we're going to be short a little bit of damage. And there's the Blissey. And the double colorless. Are you serious? So Blissey's gonna be alright, that's okay for us. Yeah, they wait. Why did they should have been able to happy switch. Oh, it wouldn't matter because it's only 1 energy. They need another. Okay, that works out really, 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 really well for us. Alright. So we're pulling the Monkey Dory with the energy to the active. And then what we need to do now is we just need... We'll take that. But really what we're looking for is the fire energy. Just so that way we have a new one prepped. We'll take the switch as well. So still no fire energy. Not that big a deal. We'll keep everything just in case they randomly draw into like an Iono or something like that. We'll keep our Seal Stone and all our pieces available. We can go Phantom Dive here. And we will stack damage onto this Monkey Dory. Because now we should be able to KO it on our next turn, regardless of what happens. And we also have boss available. So that's one more. There's another Iono, so not what we're looking for. But we should be fine here, because even if they do... They'd have to top deck like a god here. Temple of Sinnoh coming in incredibly clutch. I guess it wouldn't need to be a crazy top deck. They'd have to top deck into an energy. Alright, so game number 3, or game number 2, because game number 2 was kind of dumb. Game number 3, much, much, much better. We were able to actually play into the Blissey matchup, play it the way it's supposed to be played. Very, very close, very fun game. Temple of Sinnoh really saving us there. I've seen lists with Dragapult not running Temple of Sinnoh, and I think you kind of have to. Specifically for that moment. Like, had we not had it, we probably would have lost that game. But yeah, that's going to be game number 3, guys. We'll do one more, and we'll get into game number 4 in a moment, and I will see you guys there. Peace. Alright, we're into game number 4. Our opponent's going to be going first. We open Tatsugiri and Dreepy, which is pretty much everything we could ever ask for. We are fortunate enough that we already have Arven in hand. We have an energy, so we're really set up to be able to kind of pop off here a little bit. No way we're up against Blissey again. Out of 4 games, if I've run into Blissey 3 times, that would actually be insane. And there's an Artisan. Artisan's pretty good for us, actually. That's crazy. Alright. Here's the test right now. I'm about to search my deck. If my Enhanced Hammer is prized a 3rd game... Okay, it isn't. I was actually worried for a second. I was going to say, if my Enhanced Hammer is prized a 3rd game in a row, I was going to be genuinely upset. So, we're going to go Natu here. We're going to go Arven. We will grab ourselves Evolution. And then we will grab ourselves... I think for now, we'll grab Earthen Vessel. It doesn't really matter because our opponent is going to Iono us on the following turn, most likely, anyway. We'll grab the Lance. Why not? And then what we can do is Evolution. We'll go Dragapult and Natu. And then we can pass. The reality is, I mean, I guess we could have also taken another Buddy Poff in there and just gotten like a 3rd Dreepy out or something. The reality is that our opponent's more than likely going to like Iono us this turn. Which is, like, annoying, but not the biggest deal in the world. They get out a second Chansey. We do have access to Enhanced Hammer, which is going to be pretty big. And we're kind of hoping to win this game the same way that we were able to get done the last one. Where, in the later stages of the game, being able to go Temple of Sinnoh, Enhanced Hammer. This actually worked out really, really well for us. Even more so if our opponent's trapped, like, if their Monkey Dory is trapped in the active, that's so big for us. They Ultra Ball for what I assume will be Blissey. Yep. So they can move that energy onto the Monkey Dory and force out the retreat, which would probably be the most like optimal play for them. There is a new one. Yeah, so they're gonna happy switch onto it, be able to retreat, go Blissey. Oh, they kept it in the active. They're gonna go Turbo Energy here. I definitely don't agree with that play. One, because you're giving up one Monkey Dory so early. And now like you have... I mean, I guess they don't know. Alright, so I'm going to Rare Candy. Well, Artisan. For another Dreepy. Then what we'll do is we will Tatsugiri here. We find the Arven. And then the question is, what's the best play? I assume what the best play here is, we're going to go ahead and search our deck real quick. We do get another Dragapult. So here's what I think the play is going to be. I'm going to Lost Vacuum, or I'm going to get rid of the Natu. Actually, I'll get rid of the Iono. We'll get ourselves Psychic and a Fire. And I think we can close the game out here. So what I can do is I can Clairvoyant Sense here. Place it onto my Dragapult. Even better, we draw into it. We can Enhanced Hammer away the special energy. Then what I can do is manually attach. I can retreat my Tatsugiri. Bring in Dragapult. I can Lost Vacuum. I can use Natu. Lost Vacuum away that. And then from here, what I can do is just Phantom Dive. Actually, let me Arven first, because there's no reason not to. What I can do is Arven for an Earthen Vessel and a Rescue Board. And then I can Phantom Dive here. And then what I'll do is I'll just end up putting all the damage down onto Blissey. Doesn't really matter. They're going to make it down to 30 damage anyway. But the real thing here is that because of the Enhanced Hammer, our opponent, unless they already have one card in hand that is like an Iono or a Research or something of that vein, or a second double colorless, there's pretty much nothing they can do. So we'll see what their top deck was. They may get like insanely bailed out, but from here there's pretty much nothing they can do to us. Unless, like I said, they top deck another double colorless, which is crazy. We should have played down the Temple of Sinnoh. That's the mistake that we made here, but it's insane that they top decked one. Like, I just wasn't expecting that to happen. So they're still going to be pretty much stuck here. I think what our play is going to be... Their other hand was Boss. Are you serious? So they're going to be able to draw an entirely new hand here. That was the craziest 2 cards ever, and I guess our big mistake was not playing Temple. Not playing Temple really hurt us, and that was my mistake. I should have played it down. So, how do we want to play this from here? We'll Dragapult, find ourselves the Ultra Ball. What we can do here, actually, is we're going to Nest Ball out Rotom. We'll play the Temple of Sinnoh. Play the Dragapult, right? We'll see what we can find here. There's a Psychic Energy, not really what we were hoping for. Because if I attack here, I'm not really getting anything for it. I wanted Rotom to see maybe if I can get into like Sealstone. Do another 200. We'll place the energy. We'll place the damage down on the Monkey Dory. At least the Blissey is at least set up as a 2-hit KO no matter what, unless they can Charon's Carrot. If they do Charon's, then that's... Yeah, if they Charon's, then that's, like, okay for us. Yeah, they were able to clear the temple as well. We're in a really bad spot now. Yeah, they're going to be able to clear all 60 damage here. So they're going to be able to take out one Dracoloak. We need to be able to get into a stamp. We need to be able to reset their hand and stop them. The only benefit here is that they only have the ability to get rid of 30 more damage. So they can remove the Dracoloak, but we'll be able to get rid of the Blissey no matter what. And as long as we can do that, they won't be able, unless again they get super lucky, go double colorless onto the Blissey and reset themselves again. But we should be able to remove Blissey from the board. We're behind in prizes, so Counter Catcher is now an option. What are we gonna do? We have Ultra Ball. The problem is that with 2 Monkey Dories down, we can't even set up a new Natu or a new Dreepy or anything like that. They didn't attack, which I don't know why they didn't. We may have just gotten completely saved because of that. We'll grab the Ultra Ball. We're really... We'll go... What do we want to do here? This is our one chance. I think we go Artisan for Natu here. Because the reality is we're not going to be able to do it again. Get ourselves a Fire Energy. We place that down. Alright. So... with the Arven there, so they really misplayed by not attacking there. I don't know why they didn't. Maybe they ran out. It didn't say they ran out of time, so they just passed their turn. So unless I'm missing something, I'm really not sure why they didn't attack there. But even if they did, we were gonna be okay. We were in an okay position, not a great one, because we would have had damage on ourselves, but then we would have been able to knock out this Blissey. They wouldn't have had damage counters to work with. Yeah, I don't know. That one was definitely hard. We were probably going to lose that match, actually. I'm not sure how else we would have played that out, so I'm not really sure why they conceded. But yeah, I'm not positive. That one was going to be an interesting one. We were going to have to wait until we got KO'd and then be able to stamp and then go from there. Not playing the Temple of Sinnoh earlier definitely hurt us. That's the biggest misplay of that game. But also them having the boss to remove our draw engine and the double colorless already in hand was insane. But yeah, that's gonna be the episode for today, guys. Thank you all for watching. Definitely let me know what you want to see next on the channel. You know, definitely let me know what you're most excited for from the upcoming set and all that kind of stuff. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to join our community Discord and the upcoming tournament on June 1st. And yeah, that's going to be today's video, guys. Thank you so much. Please go out and enjoy the set. Enjoy all the new cards. I know that I am. It's day one, so everything's kind of crazy, but it's very, very, very exciting. So I will see you guys all in the next video, probably tomorrow if I'm able to record another one today, but we'll see how the ladder is. But yeah, peace out, guys. I will see you guys in the next one.